On Global TV News Express, Professor Natawe Yalwada emerges new APC national chairman. In business, Tinubu meets World Bank executive at presidential villa. And on the foreign scene, 12 killed in Cambodia border clashes. In sports, Chile selects 23 players for Super Eagles B Chan 2024. Hello and welcome to all our viewers in Nigeria and around the world to News Express on Global Television, coming to you live from the nation's capital, Abuja. I am Jumai Manson. A quick reminder that Global Television is on DSTV channels 365 and Star Times channel 276. The All Progressive Congress APC has named Professor Natawe Yalwada as its new national chairman following the resignation of Abdullahi Ganduje due to health issues. Yalwada, currently Minister of Humanitarian Affairs and a former university don, emerged after a late-night meeting between President Tinubu and APC governors in Abuja. The party's National Executive Committee has rectified his appointment. Meanwhile, the People's Democratic Party, PDP, is currently holding its National Executive Committee NEC meeting in Abuja with key party leaders in attendance to discuss unity, reconciliation, and preparations for an upcoming national convention. Acting National Chairman Umar Damagun called on members who left the party to return, describing them as on transit and expressing confidence in their comeback. He reaffirmed the PDP's position as the only truly national party capable of providing credible leadership. Governor Bala Mohammed of Bauchi State and the chairman of the PDP Governors Forum also addressed the gathering, urging straightened efforts to rebuild the party across all levels. The Nigerian Senate has refuted recent social media claims that the Constitution Review Committee proposed creating 12 new states in Nigeria. Senator Abdul Ningi, representing Bauchi Central, dismissed the report as false during plenary under Order 42, clarifying that the committee has neither received any zonal review report nor deliberated on state creation bills. Over now to Topsy Gimba for more details.
It is fake, is toxic, and is an irresponsible media outlet. So it is important, Mr. President, to take this matter to Nigerians that the Senate has not, for now, sat on any committee's report from the zonal levels. The main committee is yet to even be received.
The President of the Senate, Godswill Akpabio, also expressed concern about the spread of such misinformation, highlighting it.
The Federal Republic of Nigeria has not even concluded the processes of getting a final report for deliberation on constitutional amendment, and therefore no single state, proposed or otherwise, has been created. And even if that were to be the case, it will involve all the houses or assemblies in the country. And we must get their two-thirds concurrence before anything can come back to us.
Further clarifications emphasized that the ongoing constitutional review involves public hearings across Nigeria's 6 geopolitical zones, gathering suggestions, including requests for new states and local government areas. But no formal decisions or approvals have been made by the Senate or its committee. Topsy Gimba, reporting for Global Television News.
Is fake, is toxic, and is an irresponsible media outlet. So it is important, Mr. President, to...
The Senate has held a solemn special plenary session in honor of the late former President Muhammadu Buhari, who passed away on July 13, 2025. Now, the motion was sponsored by the Senate leader, Senator Michael Okpeyemi Bamidele, Ekiti Central, who described Buhari as a gallant soldier, accomplished Democrat and patriotic, whose life symbolized discipline, integrity, and selfless service to the nation. Topsy Gimba has the details.
In his lead debate, Bamidele recounted Buhari's extensive legacy from his birth on December 17, 1942 in Daura, Katsina State, to his military training in Kaduna, India, and the United States, led Buhari rose through the military ranks, serving during the Nigerian Civil War and holding several key national positions, including military governor of the old northeastern state, federal commissioner for petroleum, chairman of the NNPC, and eventually head of state following the 1983 coup. The Senate noted his disciplined leadership style during his military regime and later his historic democratic journey that saw him becoming president in 2015 under the All Progressives Congress APC and his re-election in 2019. Senator Bamidele also highlighted Buhari's numerous national and international awards, including the GCFR and decorations from several African and European countries. He also pointed out his role in establishing the Petroleum Trust Fund (PTF) and championing massive infrastructure investments during his tenures.
As I move this motion today, I am reminded of the transcendent nature of the human life. However, our consolation is that our former president led a successful and fulfilled life, both as a gallant and courageous soldier who rose to the peak of his career as a military officer and also as a successful Democrat.
During the session, lawmakers took turns to eulogize the late president.
But one thing that remained clear and in line with the preponderance of opinion of Nigerians is that President Buhari was a man of integrity, a highly principled person.
There are very few Nigerians who have the privilege and the honor and the mercy and grace that God gave to Buhari to lead and serve a great nation like Nigeria, and he served for the full 8-year tenure and retired back home. Very few Nigerians. It's a great honor that God gave him.
Mr. President, as many of us have said, was a man of integrity. Not only that, he was a very, very humble person.
President Buhari, for now, is still the most celebrated president even after death. You could see the way the state burial was arranged, which was the most elaborate and the most expensive state burial we have ever witnessed since 1960.
The chamber resounded with bipartisan reflections on Buhari's controversial but impactful leadership, with lawmakers agreeing that his memory will endure for generations. The session ended with a final moment of silence as lawmakers stood in reverence for the departed leader. Topsy Gemba reporting for Global Television News.
All right, now a quick update on the People's Democratic Party, PDP, which is currently holding its National Executive Committee NEC meeting in Abuja. Let's hear from our correspondent, Obong Usoro, who is there presently at the NEC meeting venue. All right, Obong.
Very good afternoon to you. Good evening.
Good afternoon. Well done.
Yeah, I can hear you.
What's going on at the NEC meeting at the moment? Can you give us a brief of what is going on?
All right. Okay, so the first session was open for everybody, journalists, the press people, and we heard the chairman of the PDP talking about Damagu, saying that those who have left the party are on transit and are going to be back to the party very soon. And currently I'm live at the PDP party secretariat at Delta Plaza at UC. So we have a lot of governors who are here, Governor Ademola Adeleke of Osun State, a lot of governors, Governor Bala Mohammed, Bauchi State Governor, and a lot of senators, a lot of House Representative members, all whose captains have also spoken to how the party will be strong, that the party is not paid up with people leaving. Even yesterday we saw Senator Fayemi and 2 senators from Akwa Ibom, about 4 senators leave the PDP yesterday. So the PDP is saying that the next meeting is a result to show that the party is stronger and the party can solve its problem. Then I just saw my camera around so you could see, I have a view of the people that are here. Right now we're outside. After the briefing, the first were told to go outside for some time so that they can actually have time to form out to read the communique. So all of the press people are outside, and we have some people here. You can see them. We have some people here who are with banners of Sheyi Makinde. They've been shouting since morning. We have people shouting Bala Muhammad. So what we just have now are media people, security people, and every other person who have been told to go outside. Apart from members of the National Executive Council of the PDP who are having a closed session. Like I said, we're inside before when a lot of people spoke. So after that, they said we should go outside and give them 5 minutes. It's more than 5 minutes now, actually. We said we should give them 5 minutes, and they will call us back to read a communique, what they may have agreed at the end of their discussions.
Your surroundings and of course the meeting, how is the turnout when it comes to PDP individuals, or like call them loyalists? How is the turnout for this particular next meeting?
All right, so the turnout is quite very massive, very, very massive turnout, because we have a lot of governors, a lot of House of Representative members, a lot of senators, a lot of people, party members are here from all over the states. In fact, earlier when I was inside, I sent the pictures earlier inside the hall where the meeting is going on. The hall is filled to its brim. Really? Some of us had to squeeze ourselves just to look for space. So the PDP is saying that it's passing a message to the ADC. In fact, one of the speakers, I think one of the senators who spoke, mentioned that the ADC is not, the PDP is not talked about the ADC at all, that it's getting its house in order and people that are leaving will surely come back. So the attendance is actually very massive.
How is the security agencies around there? Are they keeping watch, or what is actually happening when it comes to security agents around the NEC meeting area?
All right, so the security is very, very tight. You have to be accredited to gain entrance, and you have to pass about 3-4 checkpoints to even get to where we are. So security is very tight, and you know, all of the senators and the rest of the people that came with their own security details too. The party also have a provision for security, so security is very tight. So we have people who are outside who came and they've been shouting and they're calling the names of the likes of Sheyi Makinde, starting campaign already for president, and also calling Bala Muhammad for president. I spoke with the PA2, the national chairman, who has observed that I could call him later after the meeting in the station, maybe later today on my program, so he will also speak to us. He spoke about the fact that the PDP wants to make sure that it puts its house in order as we approach 2027.
Thank you so much, Obong Usoro. I'm sure you're going to keep us abreast on the situation concerning the NEC meeting once we call you in for the 6 o'clock, if they're still there. Thank you so much. That's our correspondent, Obong Usoro. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, now in a related development, the House of Representatives has held a valedictory session in honor of Nigeria's former President Muhammadu Buhari, who passed away on July 13, 2025, at the London Clinic in the United Kingdom. House of Representatives correspondent Annette Patrick tells us more.
It was a solemn moment on the floor of the House of Representatives as lawmakers pay glowing tributes to the late former President Muhammadu Buhari. Leading the session, Deputy Speaker Honorable Benjamin Kalu described Buhari as a man of rare integrity, humility, and unwavering commitment to national service. Deputy Speaker Honorable Kalu also highlighted key legislative achievements under Buhari's administration, including the Not Too Young to Run Act 2018, the Petroleum Industry Act and Climate Change Act 2021, the Electoral and Anti-Money Laundering Act 2022, as well as the 2023 Constitutional Amendment on prisons, railways, and electricity.
President Buhari's tenure as president from 2015 to 2023 was a period of unprecedented legislative productivity, a demonstration of his willingness to collaborate with the 8th and 9th assemblies. Under his watch, 129 bills were signed into law, an impressive legislative record. These were transformative laws that address long-standing challenges and reshape Nigeria's legal framework.
Lawmakers from across party lines extol his contributions to Nigeria's democratic development, particularly his commitment to anti-corruption, national unity, and institutional reforms.
In his own words, I belong to everybody, and I belong to nobody. This singular statement captures the essence of service to Nigeria.
He also made a foray into the electoral and democratic reforms, where he signed the Electoral Act 2022, which introduced the electronic transmission of results. He didn't also stop there. He also made achievements in the petroleum sector reforms.
Death is something that will come to us all, and it's time for us as leaders to reflect and do what is right by this country. President Buhari had his flaws like we all do, but he will continue to be someone we all look up to, and someone that we will love to live half of his life.
He's a very good man, very honest man. A man of few words. He does not talk too much, no dogon turechi at all. He tells you how he feels, and that's it. He does not make too much statements.
Members of the Green Chamber commiserated with the late president's family and called on future leaders to emulate his discipline, simplicity, and patriotism. Recall Muhammadu Buhari served as Nigeria's president from 2015 to 2023, following a distinguished career as a military officer and former head of state. The House observed a moment of silence in his honor as Nigeria continues to mourn the passing of one of its most prominent statesmen. Annie Tie, Patrick, Global Television News.
Nigerian troops have foiled a midnight attack by Boko Haram ISWAP terrorists on Mongonu and Bitta, killing a senior commander, Ibn Khalid, and the group's cameraman. 17 other terrorists were also neutralized across Sambisa forest, with some escaping with injuries, according to Major General Abdusalam Abubakar of Operation Heading K. Troops recovered arms and explosives, including AK-47 magazines and rocket-propelled grenade, as pursuant efforts continue in the Lake Chad region. The Kebbi State government has awarded 283 million Naira contract to fully rehabilitate and modernize its dormant stained printing press in Birnin Kebbi. The upgrade aims to boost internal revenue and protect the confidentiality of government documents information. Commissioner Yakubu Birnin Kebbi says works will be completed within 3 months, with plans to modernize the State History Bureau next. A cholera outbreak across 6 local government areas in Niger State has claimed 13 lives and left over 236 residents hospitalized. Health officials says Shiroro, Boso, and Changacha local governments are also the hardest hit, with emergency treatment and isolation centers now active in affected areas. The government has also opened a central isolation faculty in Mina, as well as a multi-sectoral response to contain the outbreak. Governor Hope Uzodinma has observed that lasting peace and security in Imo State border communities are key to driving state socio-economic development. And the governor stated this while inaugurating the new Imo State Boundary Committee, which is expected to strengthen boundary management and promote peaceful coexistence among communities. Our correspondent Amarachi Ibe tells us more.
Imo State Governor Hope Uzodinma emphasized that effective boundary administration is crucial for resolving disputes and preventing conflicts. He called on the committee to carry out its duties with dedication and transparency.
And charged this committee to be diligent and do whatever it will take to return peace in the disagreeing communities in Imo State and in handling all boundary issues in Imo State, so that Imo State will have peace, bring prosperity, and the enabling environment that will guarantee the realization of our aspirations as a government.
In her response, the chairman of the committee, who is also the deputy governor, Chinyere Komaru, pledged to work with the stakeholders to peacefully resolve boundary issues and strengthen unity across the state.
We will work hard to perform the duties for which we have been inaugurated today, ultimately adding value to your administration and bringing happiness to the great people of Imo State, which is your heart's desire.
The committee is expected to help maintain peace, build stronger community relations, and promote good governance throughout the state. From Owerri, Amarachi Ibe, reporting for Global TV News.
In sports stories now, Nigerian Flying Eagles fell short in the final of 2025 WAFU B Under-20 tournament, losing 1-0 to Cote d'Ivoire in a hard-fought match in Accra, an error by Nigerian goalkeeper Ebenezer Harcourt in stoppage time allowed Zakaria Tindano to net the only goal, sealing victory for the Ivorians. The young Elephants had a flawless tournament, winning all 5 matches and defeating Ghana, Togo, Niger, Burkina Faso, and Nigerian en route to lifting the trophy. 9 players from NPFL champion Remo Stars headline Nigerian final 23-man squad for the 2024 CHAN tournament as coach Eric Chelle looks to end the country's title drought. The Super Eagle B departed for Zanzibar for a final training camp and warm-up matches ahead of group clashes against Senegal, Sudan, and Congo. The CHAN tournament, which runs from August 2nd to 30th, will be co-hosted by Kenya, Uganda, and Tanzania and features domestic league players from across Africa. The 2025 WTT Contender Lagos Tournament is in full swing as the Tissim Balogun Stadium, with top international and local stars competing for ranking points and the championship prize, with Nigerian ace Kadri Haruna absent. Players like Olajide Omotayo, Taiwo Mati, Matthew Kuti, and Italy-based John Oyebode are seizing the spotlight to make an impact on home soil. In the women's singles, defending champion Shija Akula faces stiff competition from Japan's Hina Hayata, Egypt's Hana Goda, and France Patik Parvade as the 5-day shutdown heats up in Lagos. As Global TV News Express comes to an end, here is a recap of our top stories again. We brought to you that the All Progressive Congress APC has named Professor Nentawe Yelwata as its new national chairman following the resignation of Abdullahi Ganduje due to health issues. Business President Bola Tinubu has received top officials of the World Bank Group at the Presidential Villa Abuja during a courtesy visit. And in sports now, 9 players from NPFL champion Remo Star headline Nigerian final 23-man squad for 2024 CHAN tournament as coach Eric Chelle looks to end the country's title draft. A quick reminder that Global TV is on DSTV channel 365 and Star Times channel 276. Kindly follow us across all social media platforms now showing on your screen by using @GlobalTVNG. I am Jumai Manson. Thank you for watching. Good evening.